Hey everybody, it's Cursing Mushroom here and welcome back to another gaming video. So if you're new to the channel, thanks for stopping by and check out this video. So this video is going to be my thoughts on Call of Duty World War II. Now I've been playing Call of Duty for many years. I've bought it every year and it's been fantastic up until the past couple of years. I've kind of lost interest, not because of the mechanics of the game, because a lot of people were upset about the mechanics that they introduced. I just got tired of it, you know. I went and played other things. I played some Destiny and stuff like that, which you can see more in my videos on my channel here about Destiny and Warframe. But anyways, that's not the point of this video. The point of this video is I'm going to give you my thoughts, and I'm going to do it in three sections. You're going to have campaign, you're going to have zombies, and then you're going to have multiplayer. So stick around for the entire video if you want to see all those sections, and let's get into it. So starting with the campaign. With the campaign, I don't usually play campaign on Call of Duty. Let's just be honest here. I don't. It's not for me, okay? But we'll get into this here in a second on multiplayer. But because of circumstances, I played the campaign. Now, the campaign, I played the first mission, okay? This is just initial thoughts, guys, all right? And it's actually really good. I was very surprised. It reminded me of, I think it was Call of Duty World at War. I think that's what it was. I can't remember. It's been a while, but man, it was good. It was nice. The acting was great. The visual effects were good. Understanding what was going on and what you had to do, what the point of the mission was all top notch. I mean, it was great. I'm not going to lie. I actually really enjoyed it more than I thought I would. Okay. I could probably play the whole campaign and enjoy it. Whereas before I never played the campaign. I would just skip it. I would go straight to multiplayer zombies because I just really didn't care for them. And then if I got really bored, I'd go back and play some of the campaign, but always too monogamous. Nothing ever makes sense. And you're just running around like, ooh, where am I? What's going on? I'm just shoot this guy, shoot that guy. No reason, right? You know, and the story that they say is all, oh, there's a story there. No, there's not. It's all wispy. You know, it's too hard to understand. And if it's not too hard to understand, it's just, why am I doing this? What's the point? You know, like there's nothing. I'm just shooting people, going to the next phase, shooting more people. There's no real story that grasps you. And this, I thought that there was. So that I applaud them. I'll probably play more of this campaign once I get a little more time, once I'm not playing the multiplayer. But the campaign, it actually seems really good. So if you're a campaign player, this could be the game for you, you know. I would recommend buying it if you just solely played campaign, just based off that first mission. If the rest of the game goes like that, go ahead. You know what I mean? But now, let's get into zombies. Okay, zombies. For the longest time, it's been my favorite game mode over the multiplayer and the campaign, obviously. But on here, I really enjoy it. You get a lot of class customization here. And what I mean by that is you've got new abilities, you've got loadouts, you've got weapons, and so much more that you can change to make your character fit your playstyle. And they also have a preset loadouts for beginners, if you see here. So that way you don't have to worry about creating something off the bat. Or if you're starting it fresh, you don't have to worry about not having anything. You can just pick one of these loadouts, such as offense, control, support, and medic, which makes it a little easier on you, right? But over time, as you get better and you play more, then you can start to create this person, or this loadout, as they call it, to fit your playstyle in any engagement. So I think it's really cool that they've introduced this on a more, I guess, a better scale. It just wasn't really put together when they tried it in other modes of zombies, in my opinion. But this one seems to be pretty polished. The maps themselves, they look clear and crisp. All the visuals look great. There's some crazy zombies on there. There's one that like carries a nuke on his shoulder, and if you get near him, he like blows up and stuff. It's crazy. And then there's a big guy. Once you start shooting him, he's got this huge club. He runs at you, and he'll just swing that thing and knock you out, you know. But I had some fun playing it. I played just a custom match so I could just get the feel of it. I think it's cool because it's kind of got like a story more so than the others, because on your mini map you can pull up a little sub menu. It tells you what you've done. And on the top left of your screen, it'll show you the objectives you've completed. And so once you kind of like activate something by doing something, it kind of leads into this. And I'm not going to give anything away because I don't want to spoil anything for anybody. But it kind of puts you in this story mode, which is good because zombies needed to be more on its own. It should be campaign as its own, multiplayer as its own, and zombie as its own. And I think they've done a really good job on this one. So if you're a zombie player, would I recommend you buying this on just my thoughts, initial impressions? Absolutely. I think they've got some good things going on this that they didn't have before. The storytelling on a much deeper scale because, I mean, the Easter eggs, not everybody wants the Easter egg to get some sort of a story. And it's really hard to pay attention to the story when you get a lot of zombies coming at you. But when it's kind of a really loud dialogue and you've got visual aid at the top left of your screen that kind of says, do this, do that, it's kind of nice, not going to lie. It's not that I wasn't into getting those Easter eggs, but this is a little more straightforward. It helps you a little bit to complete your mission of trying to turn on the power and get the best weapons as possible and last as long as you can. So I applaud them for that. So next, on to the multiplayer. All right, so multiplayer. It's got some really good things going for it, okay? But there are some issues that I will address, okay? First off, as you can see here, the social space. I really enjoy that they did this. To me, this is a must. If your game is going to grow, get with the times. There are a bunch of other games that use a social space as a form of gathering. And, you know, not really a lot goes on here, but it's something that just gives you just a little bit of more sense of like the reality of it, of what, that it's impactful, that you're doing something, that you've got goals, you know. There's like Major Howard here. You've got orders and get rewards from it and stuff to that nature. So there's always this little thing, these little cogs moving, and it's creating this environment, and it's making you feel welcomed, and it's making you feel like you've got something to do every day. And that's really great about it, okay? I'm not super fond of like the whole I mean, I like that there's 4 factions, but that it gives you a special ability. I feel like the 4 factions should have been, here's 4 factions, pick one, you get rewards based on what faction you go with, but I don't think you should get specialized perks because of this faction that you want to play with. It's kind of crappy, but I mean, that's my opinion, okay? It's just my thoughts, my opinion. Take it with a grain of salt. It's all up to how you feel about it. In the end, you know, is this going to help you? Is my video going to help you understand that, yes, I want to buy this, or no, I don't really want to buy this, or I think that's a great game, I think I'll play it, you know, or whatever it may be, you know. So there's some really cool stuff going on here, okay? I really like the social space, like I said, but there's some issues, like I said before. Now, the issue is I waited 2.5 hours before I could even play this game. I'm really thinking about, you know, I'm just going to show it. I'm just going to show it, okay? I'm going to put this little segment in here so you can see it, and I'm fast forwarding it really fast. It's about an hour's worth of waiting and trying to get into the lobby, and I really just, you know, I was just like, you know what, forget it. I'm just going to play a campaign and zombies, and oh my gosh. But anyways, other than that, you know, there was a lot of glitches when I tried, like when I first got into actually playing on multiplayer. Like there was no buttons at the bottom of the screen once you finish the match, so I couldn't back out or anything. I couldn't do anything. I could only wait until the game restarted again with the new map that was picked for us, and then leave game that way. I couldn't change my character's loadouts. I couldn't do anything. I couldn't just nothing. And that kind of is an issue, you know. There's some people that are going to be really upset, you know, if they paid $100 or $60 or whatever for this game and they're not getting to play it for quite some time, then, you know, it is what it is. But, you know, it's kind of crappy, but, you know, hopefully they'll get it together and it won't be a reoccurring thing. If it's not a reoccurring thing, then that's fine. You know, I get games get overloaded. It's only part of it. You know, if you got millions of people wanting to play your game and they've been excited about this type of specific game that you've created, then I can see where, people would get upset and, this and that. But, patience is a virtue, guys. So with on that statement, I'm going to show you a little small clip of the lovely factions that you can pick from. I'm just going to call them a faction because that's what I like to call them. Show you that little skit where there's little videos and stuff. It's pretty cool. Just take a glance at it, see what you think about it. And then I'll show you some gameplay of some multiplayer so that way you can see some of that. Other than that, guys, I really hoped you enjoyed this video. If you did, give me a thumbs up. Only if you did, though. Also, don't forget to subscribe to the channel with a little red bar down there. And then hit the bell to the side so you can be notified when I post new videos, because I've got all kinds of stuff for you guys coming. I post videos every day, and I'm never going to stop. I'm never going to quit. This is going to be something big, guys. I can feel it in my bones. Other than that, like I said before, I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you have a great afternoon. I hope this helps make your decision on whether you should get Call of Duty World War II. I was happy with it, and I hope you can be too. Other than that, guys, I can't say it enough. Y'all have a great afternoon. Cursing Mushroom out.
I'm Captain John P. Andrews, and I'm here to recruit you to the U.S. Army Infantry. As infantrymen, you will experience more combat than any other branch in our multinational force. You will be the tip of the spear. For that reason, you'll receive individual skills training and be made fit to fight. The instruction you'll receive emphasizes individual rifle marksmanship and hand-to-hand combat, so you will be able to engage the enemy at any range. At longer engagement distances, you will rely on your skills as infantry riflemen to destroy the enemy. Up close, you will receive instructions on how to fight with the bayonet. Sweat in training saves blood in battle. As long as you have your brothers in arms and your rifle, you are unstoppable. And if something tries to stop you, show them what a bayonet can do to anything in the way. Let's get to work.
Welcome to the Airborne. We are the most well-trained, physically fit, and battle-ready unit in the U.S. Army. Being a Sky Soldier requires peak physical fitness, mental and emotional toughness, and unhesitating courage. It doesn't get any more dangerous than this. We're the first in the fight, and we're the last thing opposition wants to see. We are hunters from the sky. If you think you've got the guts, then gear up, get on board, and let's go kick some Axis ass.
Pay close attention. The sooner we get the introductions out of the way, the sooner we can get to blowing things up. My name is Major James Parks of the Royal British Armoured Division. Our armoured forces have one mission, and one mission only: engage and destroy the enemy. We specialize in direct combat with opposing armoured forces, strong points, and fighting positions. And we're also frequently called upon to provide for direct fire support for our comrades in the infantry. A weapon that is issued in our branch down to the squad level is the light machine gun. As a member of the armoured division, it will be your duty to clear the way for our brothers in arms. If we don't do our job, then they can't do theirs. We fight for king and country, but most of all, we fight for each other. It is an honor to be armored. Never forget that. Now, let's get started, shall we?
Welcome, soldiers, to the Canadian Mountain Division, the most elite unit in the entire Allied Armed Forces. If you want to run headlong into Axis strongholds, try the infantry. But if you want to make your shot count, then we have a place for you. You are the eyes of the unit. You take in everything. The whole world lives between your crosshairs. Find your vantage point and execute the mission. They can't hear us, they can't see us. By the time they detect us, it's too late. If you have a keen eye and a steady hand, if you have the patience to wait for the perfect shot, if you can quiet the world around you and do what needs to be done, then look nowhere else but the Mountain Division.
Attention! Welcome to the Resistance. We do not have the luxury of time as our enemies are closing in, so I will be brief. We are the pioneers of a new expeditionary force, specializing in sabotage and covert operations. We operate by night, raiding supply points for weapons and explosives. including the incendiary shotgun shells that spark flames, creating a hailstorm of fire that consume our enemies. If you want to join us, you must be willing to sacrifice everything for the good of your countrymen. We are the French Expeditionary Force. We are the fire that will burn down the Axis Empire to the ground. Vive la résistance! Vive la France!